I guess I'll go ahead and get into the big meme off the table first. So basically, last night, as you guys know, I ended stream abruptly, and we had a conversation, a private conversation, and it is private, by the way. I know 100% for a fact that Nick wasn't recording, even Tech wasn't recording. Like I'm pretty confident saying that he wasn't recording. We had this private meme chat. And basically, we all agreed to just fucking call a ceasefire, basically. Also, Smackle saying cringe and boo he was literally begging me to stop the beef because he thought it was boring anyway. So now he's just playing contrarian and saying that it's cringe that we stop the beef or something, right? Tech called you gay, guys, keep the drama. I don't care. It's just like, I don't give a shit. So, ultimately, I think it was the best conclusion that could have possibly happened from the drama. Literally none of us were going to ever agree on anything. We still didn't really agree on the main shit last night, although I think we reached more of an understanding between like all of our positions, you know? I did not get the impression at all that he was acting in bad faith in the call, which surprised me. That was basically the reason why I didn't want to talk to him in the first place, is because I expected him to come in with bad faith and bad intent. But actually, I did not get those vibes at all from the call. And I would be honest, if I would call it out, in front of him, to his face, if I got those vibes, but I didn't. So basically, yeah, we all decided to pump the brakes on the beef and to just move on or something. There's just no reason for either of us to continue the beef. There's no reason for Nick to continue, for Tech to continue, and for me to continue. So that's really basically the end of it there. And honestly, I think it probably is the best resolution that could have possibly happened from this whole situation. So, yeah. One thing I will say off the top, one thing that Tech was upset with me over, because I asked him, I was like, well, what are your issues with me? Let's just break it down, right? Because I think you know why I have issues with you. What are your issues with me? And his main issue is really just more so, it seemed like it was more of an issue with Connor specifically, right? So on a stream that happened, I think last Friday, of course, Connor had a debate with Tech for for almost 2 hours talking about the mini lad stuff, right? And then after Connor got done with that debate, he called into my stream and rephrased what happened in the argument, right? And so Tech's issue was that Connor said that his brother sent his dick to a 13-year-old. And that's not true, basically. That it was sent to a group chat, not to a 13-year-old, like, specifically, basically, right? So I brought this up to Connor, and Connor was like, well, I mean, technically I didn't lie, because technically this did happen or something like that. I'm like, whatever. Look, let me just clarify here, all right? It was in a group chat. It was not like one-on-one or anything like that. I do agree with Tech that I think that's an important distinction. I think that that's totally reasonable for him. And me and Nick even agreed with him in the call that it's reasonable for him to get upset over that. Again, I don't think Connor lied technically, right? But I do think it's important to make that clarification. Also, I do disavow anyone in my comments that call either him or his brother a pedo. I mean, calling Tech a pedo anyway just doesn't even make any sense. And I've said on the air that I don't even think his brother's one anyway. I think that discourse is cancerous, and I think that it's just, even if you genuinely think that for some reason, like, it's probably just like, I don't know. There's just no reason to do it, right? That's just my take on it. Whatever. Look, I'm not one that controls my audience. My audience will do whatever they feel fit. They're all individuals with individual intentions or whatever. So I would ask y'all to lay off, to, go along with the ceasefire, basically. Because I just have no intent of keeping it going. And like I said too, I also do genuinely agree with, like, at least that stipulation, right? That, like, Tech, he was like, look, I get, going after the, I get, like, talking about the allegation or something like that, but, like, making it out like this happened one-on-one instead of on a group chat level, that fucks with me, basically, right? And I was like, okay, yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean, I don't think that's too unreasonable there. So I still have my criticisms. I still have my disagreements. I still have very strong disagreements, right? But I'm totally fine with the ceasefire. Basically, we're all going to keep each other's friends out of each other's mouths, basically, going forward, which I think is fair. I think it's fair. I think it's fine. And I think it's the best possible conclusion. Are you guys friends now? Fuck no. Of course not. I mean, we do follow each other on Twitter now, but obviously a follow on Twitter isn't addictive. I mean, I said that I don't really want to be his friend. He said he doesn't want to be my friend. It's obvious as to why. Both of us have these opinions of each other. But as far as like an active feud, no. And it doesn't even make any sense to keep it going. So, yeah. So the whole beef was for clout, right? I mean, if you're like genuinely like 2 IQ and retarded, then I guess you could walk away saying that, oh, it was fake, it was for clout. I mean, if you're just like brain dead, I can see how you could possibly come to that conclusion if you're that fucking stupid. But like, I think normal people realize that this was just a disagreement that got way too wild and way too out of hand. And I think Tech would have redone certain things had we had a chance to redo this. And I think I personally would have redone certain ways that I handled it if I were given a chance to redo this entire situation, right? Look, I've defended myself in the past, and I don't think I acted in too much, I don't think I did anything too wrong or anything like that. But realistically, if I had a chance to redo this drama, honestly speaking, like, I don't think I would have brought up the brother thing. And here's the deal, right? This isn't just something that I recently came to the conclusion of, like, conveniently last night. I'd had a conversation with Willie Mack about this privately, and I had a conversation with Connor about this privately. And both, like, with Willie Mack, we were arguing because he thought it was fucked up from the start that we brought up the brother shit, and I defended it and stuff like that. But I think I distinctly remember telling Willie, I'm like, because Willie brought up a point. He was like, look, the brother thing was retarded because it proves nothing at the end of the day. And I was like, yeah, that's a good point. You know, I mean, you can speculate on intent with it, but it doesn't prove anything. And I think that that's a fair point by Willie. And then when I sort of rehashed that argument I had with Willie to Connor in private, I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think if I were given a chance to redo this whole situation, I would have brought that talking point up, basically. So that's my stance on it. That's not to say that I disagree with, all of my positions or that I think that I was wrong in any way, but I think it got out of hand. I think that that's totally fair. There were things that Tech conceded on as well, but I won't get into it unless he wants to disclose that for himself. I'm only saying what I said in the call. I'm not going to say what anybody else said or anything like that because it was a private call, right? So if they want to disclose what they talked about, totally fine on their part. But I'm just disclosing what I talked about. So that's basically the state of things. And to be honest, I couldn't be happier with the outcome because, like I said again, it's obvious the drama was weighing on me. The drama's most likely, if I had to guess, weighing on Nick a little bit. And if I had to guess, probably Tech as well. So the fact that we can all, just lay off of it and move on and make, continue up with the content or something like that, I think it's a win-win for everybody. And I think it's the best possible way this entire situation could have been concluded. Obviously, chat's saying it was gay and stuff like that or something like that. I don't give a fuck. I mean, they all said that I was, pussy for not, debating them in the first place or something, and I didn't give a fuck then, so why would I give a fuck now if they think that it's gay? I've never operated, and chat knows this more so, more so than even I know it, but I've never operated under what chat says. If chat says that something is gay, or if chat says that something is cringe or something like that, and I just don't agree with the chat, even if it's the majority opinion, I'm just not going to agree with chat. I'm sorry, but if people think it's gay, you know what? It probably is. It probably is really fucking gay. I'm not going to lie. But I don't care. because I think it was the best possible outcome, and I think it needed to happen. Like I said before, I was expecting Tech to be bad faith and try and clip chimp us. That didn't happen. So I'm all about meeting people with equal energy, right? So if somebody's going to be a piece of shit scumbag to me, I'll meet them with that same energy, right? But if somebody wants to break down differences and talk about it and reach some form of conclusion, some form of negotiation that I agree with, then fine. That I'll meet it with equal energy, right? Let's be real, Nick and/or Tech probably recorded the call. I genuinely don't think so. I would be highly, highly fucking surprised. I mean, we all agreed that if anybody ever released this call, they would be like the public enemy of everybody, basically, right? So if somebody decided to leak the call, they would have very, very little, if anything at all, to gain from it and everything to lose. So practically speaking, Augie's too trusting. It's not that I'm too trusting. Well, obviously I'm trusting him, Nick, because he's my friend, right? It's not that I'm too trusting. It's that there's literally absolutely zero reason for anybody to leak the call. It wouldn't make any sense, like practically speaking, right? So it's not that I'm trusting. It's just that it just doesn't make any sense why somebody would do that, right? It'd be the dumbest fucking move ever if Nick were to do it, or if I were to do it, or if Tech were to do it. It would be absolutely, or if Tipster were to do it. It wouldn't make any fucking sense. There would be nothing to gain from it. It wouldn't even be good for like content, right? Because there was no content. It was just talking. If the call were to magically leak and people were to listen to it, they would be remarkably bored by it. So there'd just be no reason to. I know y'all ended the war, but what about talking about the Zero drama directly? Because it really twisted from that to Zaptime bringing family into it. I'm not going to be talking about Zero anymore, and as far as I know, Tech's not going to be talking about Zaptime anymore, and I am also not even planning on talking about his brother anymore. So we're all just like, look, let's just leave each other's, guys alone, basically. We've all come to a mutual agreement to that, so that's basically the situation. One thing I will agree, though, is holy fuck, it was gay as fuck how this drama ended, like, on Twitter. So Keemstar, it was like, I'll write up a document that you will all tweet simultaneously in a row or something like that, right? And the document itself is so fucking weirdly written. After a private meeting hosted by Keemstar, we all agree to disagree and stop the ongoing feud. We would like to encourage our fans to also cease fire. And then it's our fucking Twitter ads in a document. It is pretty homosexual. It's undeniable that how homosexual this is. Like, people were quote tweeting this being like, I guarantee all of these guys that tweeted this have touched a wiener at one point in their lives. And while that's not true, at least for me, I don't know about the others, I can see how you can come to that conclusion, right? Because it is pretty fucking homosexual. I'm not gonna fucking lie. All right, blame Keemstar for this one, okay? Keemstar, not only did he make us tweet all this out at the same time simultaneously, he did a countdown of 10. He was like, 10, 9, all right, we all tweet it. And we were all just saying in the call, we were all just genuinely laughing. We were just like, holy shit, this is the most homosexual thing I think we've ever been a part of. It would have been less gay if Keemstar's way to get us to stop fighting was to force us to suck each other off, in like this weird, like incestuous human centipede or something. It would have been less gay to do that than to do what we actually ended up doing, which was to tweet this fucking cryptic note on our Twitter accounts. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Oh, man. I was wheezing when I saw that. Yeah, no, I totally get it. You still sucked each other off, don't lie. Well, look, I get people calling it gay, like the way that we like fucking ceasefire by tweeting like the apology notes at the same time and something like that, right? But actually ending the feud, I don't think it's gay. I don't think it's gay at all. And again, maybe that's just an agree to disagree. Although I will say, dude, holy shit, dude. Fucking Tipster. Holy fuck, dude. This guy broke the fucking truce instantly. Holy shit, dude. Actually, ... fuck the truce. At Technicals is a little bitch. In the call, he kept calling us all pedos. Keem yelled at us until he stopped. Come on my stream tomorrow and debate me. If you don't, I'm dropping the recording of the convo. I'm not giving up this drama, homie. Dude, I'm not even joking. I have never in my fucking life laughed out loud more so than I did when I read this fucking tweet. Oh my God. I was in tears at a lot. I was fucking crying laughing. It fucking killed me, man. It was so fucking funny. So, yeah, there you go. And there you go. So that's the state of the feud there. Bet you thought you'd never see this again. Mutuals on Twitter there. Like I said before, I think my thoughts are pretty clear. Did we reach an agreement? Not really. It was more of an agree to disagree, and now we're pretty much all in like a neutral view of each other, which I think is probably for the best.